Okay, good morning and welcome to the Curfew Lime. This morning we are going to be just hanging out, very informal, as we try to share a bit about ourselves and what's happening with us at this time. I am Deborah from Child House Audio Tours, and with me is Katrina Ifill from Orgasmic Intelligence. And I hope I got it
Yes.
right.
Yeah,
Good,
orgasmic intelligence. That's correct.
good, good, good.
And waves of bliss. Whoa.
And waves of bliss. Yes, yes. I can't ever forget a waves of bliss. So we are here this morning basically to look at what is our response in this season where for both of us we can't go into the physical world, but we still want to be able to engage the physical world as well as to just have a little bit of fun. Nothing wrong with that. So early in the
Yeah.
morning, right? Right, Katrina?
No, definitely.
Nothing wrong.
Especially, yeah, because with everything else that's going on, you need to take that time to have some fun and just relax because
Yeah.
chaos outside. Yeah, so we have to have that balance, definitely.
Right. So we'll start off by you just telling us a bit about your company and so that persons will know what we do. And then you're going to share anything you know about my company, and then I'll do the same for you.
Okay. All right. So I go first.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Well, my business is Orgasmic Intelligence and Waves of Bliss.
Mhm.
They actually started as one company, but then uh, early last year, I realized there was a need to separate the two. So
Okay.
that's how the two different companies were birthed. So Waves of Bliss, we specialize in relaxation techniques of female pelvic wellness. And we do massages, we do vaginal steaming, and we do women's pelvic evaluation. So women who suffer from certain pelvic issues, if they have pain during sexual intercourse and whatnot, we can take them through um, practices to help alleviate that. And then orgasmic intelligence, we specialize in a system which I created called orgasmic intelligence. And it's simply using your seven senses and your sexual energy to heal and empower yourself. So we offer workshops, we offer training, certified training, we do one-on-one coaching. And it's all about the core of it is really about active self-love techniques
Mhm.
because we are so accustomed, not only as women, but just as a society, individuals, giving that love to others and loving each other, and
Mhm.
we oftentimes don't take enough time to love ourselves. So,
Yes.
so that's basically what both orgasmic intelligence and waves of bliss about. So, Chattel House, what you do at Chattel House, I know because you guys do walking tours.
Right. So I want you to tell us about the time you did a
So,
walking tour with us.
oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. I actually took my youngest son. I'm a mother of four, and I took my 11-year-old with me, and he was super excited actually because he said, he's done tours at schools, in the bus and you get out, but he's never done a full walk-in tour, so he was super excited. And I would say that it was exceptionally well executed. And I'm not saying that because we're
Yeah.
entrepreneurs together,
Yeah.
but yeah, but no, seriously, never. I would keep it real. I was like,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
you don't have to, but no, it was really well executed. And so you were there as well, but you were kind of like in the background because you had brought on a new staff member, and so you were allowing her to do the tour. And it was interactive. The tour guide, she was knowledgeable. And then when she didn't know, she just said, I'll have to get back to you with that piece of information, which I 100% respect. Because she could have spun some kind of story, and I go away thinking, oh, I didn't know that history about my little island Barbados. And then to find out, like, no, she was not telling the truth. So I really respected that.
Yeah.
And my son, so that's my feedback as an adult, but my son, he was like, Mom, that was so cool. And he like the day afterwards, he was talking about, I learned some things that I didn't know about. And I said, you know what? And you probably wouldn't learn those in schools or textbook. That's why the work that you're doing, Deborah, is so vitally important, because it kind of like, and some of the things I also knew from textbook reading, but it kind of like brought it to life because I was there experiencing it and taking the selfies and whatnot. It was really good. And then at the end, the little takeaway package, and we weren't parched because we had water to drink. So it was a very, very good experience. And I would encourage anybody who lives in Barbados or who visits Barbados, when all of this has subsided, to definitely book some tours with you guys. So I have to come back to you because we only did the Bridgetown tour. So I want to definitely get in to do some of the other walking tours. So it was good for exercise. Okay, because we walked for about almost 2 hours. And believe you me, I'm saying almost 2 hours, but it did not feel like that, because you were so engaged in the information and whatnot. So it was good exercise. I think that was one I actually broke one of my walking barriers. The cell phones. They have these steps, right? Oh, you got an award! I was like, oh, wait on another level. But it's really good. It's really, really, really good.
Good, wonderful. Okay, so how much more can I say about Channel House Audio Tours after that? Thank you. Yes, as Katrina just shared, the passion, Channel House Audio Tours was really born out of a passion for persons to have the experience, as Katrina just shared, to actually know more about our country, not on just a textbook level, but to actually have an engaging experience with our country and the people who made it up. There's some stories that you wouldn't necessarily see, or you will see in the book, but you don't quite understand, that we try to bring alive for you. And that is not only for Bridgetown, we do it for the Garrison, and as well, we do it for Spikestown. In Spikestown, we have 3 different tours. And we can pretty much develop a tour for other places as well, which we are working on. We're branching out. But in addition to the walking tours, we've also been doing some personalized island tours where you get to spend a day with me. There you go. So you hang out with me.
Deborah is an awesome person to hang out with.
You hang out with me. And it's really
bubbly.
The thing about it is not you're hanging out with me, but it's not that you do what I tell you have to do and that's it. You do what you want to do. I'm just there to make sure you have the best experience in wherever you're going. So whether you want to go to the Crane and then go to Animal Flora Cave, or you want to go through some village in Mount Hillaby, you just tell me and we'll make the path, and we'll, along the way, and we see a coconut vendor, or we see some mammy apples or something we want to stop by and you'll experience it. That's all part of it. So we're not like very structured. We're structured in a sense, but it's not like you have to have just what we provide. Whatever you want, certainly you can come on and join us. So really and truly, any visit or anyone wanting to know more about Barbados, just drop us a note and we'll see what we can do. Now, truth time, ways of bliss, and and our guest my intelligent. Now, I met Katrina and this wonderful company about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years
ago.
And
at one point, I actually thought to myself, if you can do this, you would be so liberated, and I know you will be. And then another part comes like, I can't do this. And I'm being this real because I know I'm not the only person that has this challenge, okay? I know that. And the thing about it is that really and truly what I like about Katrina's product is the fact that she's making us come into who we are as a people, as a person, as females, more so than anything else, that we are allowed to be who we are intended to be, and it's not a taboo thing that we are being pushed to the back. Even though some persons like myself still have some challenges, and some of those challenges may very well be fueled not only by societal and what we perceive as Christian values, because some of those values are, out there. But some of it comes from fear, and some of it comes from medical issues that may
Right. Yes.
also play a part in that. And
Yeah.
while I would like to claim that medical issue is part of my journey, the other parts are up there with that as well. So I'm not ruling it out. My thing would be, as soon as I can get zip lining done, I'm gonna try it.
Oh wow! I come after zip lining, like wow.
I think if I can come to something like that, maybe I would. Who knows? Listen, with the way things have been going, you find yourself pushing the envelope and pushing the envelope. So who knows? I may be able to come on sometime and say, "Hey, I did it, and this is my testimony."
You're ready.
Okay?
Okay, right. You need that adrenaline rush to give
Yes,
you the courage to come to
yes,
with the orgasmic intelligence. Oh wow. Okay.
sure.
But
So, mhm,
honestly, having you as and the thing is, I remember when I first met you, I said, "Oh, just speaking to you, and
mhm,
not that I was judging you, but just you come to your own kind of conclusions." I was like, "Oh, she's a super conservative woman,"
mhm.
you know. But then you asked the questions about my business, and you were very supportive in the sense that you would tell others about my business,
Oh
you would
yes,
speak about it and
yes,
whatnot. And so I think that's so very much needed in this society, in this, especially in small Barbados and
yes.
globally as well, but to understand what a person's business is about. And that's what I
Yeah.
really respect about you, Deborah, because
Yeah,
you
thank
asked
you.
me questions, you got information, you told me
Mhm.
that you went on my website and did some reading, and so you were
Yeah,
constantly engaging me in trying to
yes.
clarify, you know, or build your courage towards taking that step, whatever it was, but you were so very supportive. And I think that that's what's definitely needed. So I
Yeah,
appreciate, even if you never come and have one of these services, just having you as a supportive element person
sure,
there. That's that's
sure.
that's what some businesses just need as well.
Yes, yes, I agree. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you're really feeling down and it's just making sense or whatever, to just know that someone else believes in you is what you may need to make that step that's going to help you make those many other steps along the way.
Very true.
So we've talked a bit about our businesses, and just before we came on, we are obviously on liming during the curfew, because full curfew is about to take place
Yeah.
24
Hmm.
hours. And I was just looking on Facebook and I saw the lines at the supermarkets, and so, and it really has me in a very saddened position. And I would like to find out what your views are on what is happening there, because we talk about those who can afford to do bulk buying, and we
Hmm.
know as entrepreneurs we fall into that
I
category
can
of
tell you.
not being able to do bulk buying. Whoa, oh yeah, we definitely know that feeling. But at the
Very true.
same time, we have to look at how persons, you can't do bulk buying. You have to try to buy it when you get the $2 or the $5 and so forth. But here you are now faced with a situation where your health and probably your life depends on your actions. And for me, that's what my concern is when I see those pictures today. What do you think about what is happening now?
I think honestly, Deborah, that people are panicking.
Hmm.
People are panicking, one, because they've never been faced like a situation like this.
Yeah.
No, nobody in the
No.
world, probably
Hmm.
only in some parts of Africa,
Hmm.
and then still not even on this scale. Because even with, from my recall, with the Ebola outbreak and
Hmm.
stuff like that,
Hmm.
I don't recall there being any mandatory shutdown and
Right.
borders closed and stuff like that.
Right.
Even in the centralized area that was, so people are dealing with something new.
Hmm.
And in reality, how many Barbadians can actually say that they have not only a kitchen garden, but 4 or 5 pots of some sweet potato,
Hmm.
plantain, well, not
Hmm.
plantain, sorry, pumpkin,
Hmm.
cucumber, something
Hmm.
planted outside. We depend heavily, unfortunately, on on imported stuff, on
Yes.
stuff from the supermarket.
Yes.
So it is for us, for most of us, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't go to the supermarket. How am I going to eat? I'm going to starve to death.
Hmm.
But I think if people will stop listening to a lot of the deaths,
Mm-hmm.
the horror stories, and
Mm-hmm.
focus a little bit more on the recoveries. Yes, I do
Mm-hmm.
understand that, and it's happening for me now. I am now hearing of people, of family members who know someone who's passed off from this. So it's coming closer to home.
Yes.
But and then for me, my eldest, he's in Florida
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
So he was
Yeah.
preparing to come home, but then
Yeah.
everything got crazy, and so because even for him, he was when he finally came off from work and he went to do his shopping and preparing for the crisis. He called me from the supermarket, and he's 21 years old. He said,
Mm-hmm.
"Mom, I am not sure what to buy. I've never been in a situation like this."
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is for some people, is like,
Yes.
we've never been in a situation like this. So if you don't have somebody who you can talk to and say, okay, let's take a few deep breaths.
Yes.
Let's calm ourselves a bit. Let's focus on the fact that there are people, there in many countries, there are 3, 4 times more people, 5, 10 times in some cases, that are surviving this, living through
Mm-hmm.
this, compared to those who are dying. Okay,
Yes.
do we have the necessary basics to protect ourselves, even if we have to go out? But the people are going out and they don't have any protection on. So
Yes.
not only is they're panicking, mass buying, they're gathering in large groups, they're not wearing any mask, nothing across their face, no blanket,
Right.
no
Mm-hmm.
bandana,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So I think people just, if we could possibly bring it to just tone it down a bit,
Yeah.
breathe, let's think a little clearer.
Yes.
I think we would do better, but unfortunately, I don't know how to bring that about at this stage.
Yeah, and what you started out by saying is that we've never faced something like this before, and I think that that too, and like other countries that have had like hurricanes that have been really bad or things like that,
Mhm.
you if you had that experience, you kind of probably have a different approach to the whole thing. So like for me, I was in Florida when those big hurricanes came through a few years ago, and I
Mm.
saw what happened there. So for me, even though I didn't go out, as because we said before, there was no bulk buying for us entrepreneurs.
Right.
But it so happened that I went to the supermarket on Wednesday and bought a little bit more than I normally do because I hadn't gone for a while. And it turned out then it was perfect timing. But
Right.
when I found out what was happening, I pretty much said, I'm not leaving the house. Whatever I have, it's gonna have to work. So
Mhm.
the bag of
Mhm.
rice that has been there that I haven't been able to cook for a while, I guess when I cook that rice, I'll be eating 2 or 3 spoonfuls as opposed to a plate full of rice.
Rationing. That's it.
Yeah,
We have to ration. I
right.
had that conversation with my children because I told them, okay, so we have to ration.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, rational. And so we went down. Okay, so you see how you would pank your plate up and just gobble that all down in one. Okay,
Okay.
let's look at like eating half of that in
Mm-hmm.
the half afternoon. So you would eat your lunch with a smaller portion, half of what you're normally, and then save the other half for the evening.
Yes.
And in between there, we're going to be consuming more water. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to be diluting our juices.
Yes.
We're going to be, unfortunately,
Yes.
we're going to be eating a little more flour because we're going to be doing some bakes in between there. So
Yes.
it's a, and I think that, and now I think in reality, research has shown that if we just bite the bullet for these couple weeks and just
Yes.
buckle down,
Yes.
it will have a ripple effect throughout
Yes.
the entire world.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard,
But
but it's like Buckley. It tastes
it is
awful,
awful, but it works.
but it works. It's
Yes.
gonna work.
Yes.
So
And one of the other things I want to pick up on what you said earlier, and I hope people take that suggestion from here on, because we keep talking about the poor people or those less fortunate or whatever, but how much is a seedling for a tomato or a cucumber or whatever? And yes, you're going to say, but the person doesn't have land, but they have a pet bottle, or they have an old Clorox bottle, or they can go and get one because people throw these things away all the time.
yes,
So you can
yeah.
go and you can get, just get enough space that you can put some dirt in and start doing your your vegetable garden in the smallest spaces you can get. under the
I see.
cellar. Well, not under the cellar. You can tell from that I'm not green thumb, right? Because I went straight to under the cellar. The plants need some sun, man. I put it under the cellar. But the point I was making was that
Right.
right next to the house, if all you have is this small house, because that's what
Yeah.
everybody always tries to go to, that worst case scenario, which is not our main scenario, but that worst case scenario, you could line the pots and the different bottles and whatever right there and start to grow some food. So at least you have a tomato, at least you have some lettuce, at least you have a carrot, you'll have something that you can use, which is a lot healthier, of course. But
Yes.
so we're going to put a stop on our COVID talk there as we start to wrap up. I just want us to do something fun because we were very serious.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to be having lots of
We're
fun.
supposed to
Yeah.
be having some fun, right? And we got a little real deep there. So is that my fun thing? This morning I decided I'm going to do some exercising. So I got up.
Okay. Sorry, did I open my eyes? I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
So I like line dancing, okay? So I thought,
Sweet.
you know what? I'm going to go online. I'm going to find a line dance and I'm going to do a line dance sequence for 10 minutes. So I put on the first one and they did the first run through and I did the run through. I said, oh yeah, I remember that. And then 2 seconds later, they're doing another run through of another. I was like, no. I want to dance. So I stopped that. And then I went to a 10-minute walking session. So I walked for 10 minutes. And then I thought, okay, you're really not as bad off as you thought you were. So you could do a lot better tomorrow. You could do a lot more tomorrow. So I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. Now, mind you, I've been sitting since then, so I'm not so sure how my body is going to react by the time I get it together.
Where were you walking? May I ask, a 10-minute walking session? Where?
Right here in my living room. I was introduced to this when I did a health program a few years ago, and it's something you don't need a lot of space actually. You can do it almost in front of the television, wherever that space is, or as they suggest, move the coffee table, but I don't have a coffee table,
Right.
But you don't need much space because amount of the steps you're going to do is going to be equivalent to X amount of miles of walking.
Right.
And part of it was your heart rate was increased and then it was brought back down and then it was increased again. So it was actually not a bad session at all for like 10 minutes.
Right, but that's really good, and that's what people have to realize. We have to find a new normal. Like for
Yes.
my mom, she goes out on mornings and walks, and she goes to the gym, and she does her yoga during the day, and she's stretch class. And she was like, but with this curfew, they're not talking about exercise. I was like, Mom, even people going out. And she said, but if I'm walking by myself, I was like, okay, Mom, we all have to adjust to this new normal. Walk around your house, take the extra laps around the house, find some other ways. And so like even my children, so they've been exercising and doing, so I have weights at home because I've not been able to, in years now, be able to go and join the gym. So exercising at home for me, that's like pretty much standard. So my sons, so they've taken up my dumbbells and they've been doing some big hard workouts and keeping us, and I've enjoyed watching them. I've done my own little something, but I must admit that I do need to incorporate a little bit more of that kind of strenuous exercise to get that heart rate up.
Yeah.
Because my exercises have been more anaerobic, where I'm doing my practices and whatnot. But I'm gonna but it's good to see the boys finding ways of doing stuff and staying fit.
Yeah.
And it's inspired me more to do some more heavy lifting and like with them and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that they see those memes of the before body and the after body. Since I'm starting with the after body, I'm working towards the before body. That's my theory. I'm working towards the before body.
Before body, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to the before body. Yeah, because I'm already at the after body. The memes that they're having for the COVID-19.
Right. Oh,
have you seen them? Now you understand, right?
Yeah, no, I understand.
Right.
Really.
That's the
You mean
body. That's the
COVID
body.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the body I'm working for. The before COVID body, because I'm already at the after COVID
And
body.
after.
Yeah. Yeah. So any parting things, because I must admit I forgot to start the timer to see how long we were on be on. So I have no idea, know how much we both can talk. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how long we've been on. Well, okay.
Yeah, I think
We're just about the half an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, just
yeah.
about.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, we can do this
Yeah, you're
with each
good.
other.
You're good.
Right.
Come on.
So what is our parting shots here now?
Okay, for me, for my entrepreneurial friends and colleagues, I would encourage you at this time to take some time to not only focus on the business, but take a deep breath to just relax. Yes, I know financially it's hard, but remember that you're not the only person going through it. And stay in contact with your customers, if it's whether via email or giving them a call to check in on them or posting stuff on your social media sites. Stay in contact. Keep that communication going with your customer base at this time. You can also offer them like a discounted gift certificate if you have that can be redeemable for, that it's valid for the next year. Find creative ways.
Yes.
And also for the rest, everyone else, including my entrepreneurial colleagues, hygiene protocols, please adhere to them. Wear your masks if you're going outside at any point, if you have to go outside, and let's buckle down for these couple weeks.
Yes.
It's gonna come out. We're gonna come out on the good side if we instill that discipline.
Yes. And once we buckle down for the couple weeks, yeah, as you said before, this buckle down for the couple weeks, we won't have to buckle down for a few months, which some persons have been forced to do. Yeah, I echo you in terms of the challenge for entrepreneurs with both of my businesses being tourism related. I went from really great to right down, crash, zero, cancel, all the pings that usually means it's a booking were pings now that we're saying cancel.
Cancellation,
right.
Wow.
But I will tell you, I have this group of persons that I'm part of are so encouraging and supportive. Just as you're saying, they're talking about how to improve. One of the companies, I have to arrange a call with them. They've reached out to me. They want to know what is happening in Barbados, what is happening, or what can they do for when it starts, to make sure that I'm in a position to get going again. I did reach out to my past customer, especially the last guest that would have been with me between December and now, which would have been around the time of COVID. I sent emails to all of them saying, I hope you reach home well, and everything is doing well. Those who canceled, reached out to them and said, we're sorry that you couldn't be with us, but your family's health is important.
Right.
It wasn't a sales picture. It wasn't a sales pitch. Really and truly, I'm genuinely interested in person's health, especially those that I've come in contact with. And so my Airbnb guests, I've reached out to all of them to make sure that they're doing okay, and because some of them were concerned and all that kind of stuff. So what I don't want is that we use this time as a selling time, but to really show people that we care about them as persons and not as just dollar signs. So that's what I've been really holding back on any sales as
sales. Okay.
Yeah. So I was really blessed when this idea came to just reach out to persons. So again, I'll make the call now for anyone who wants to join me to have this discussion about anything. It doesn't have to be like how the two of us interacted. It can be about anything else that we talk about, because it's just an opportunity for us to just bond wherever we are. I give some encouragement, words to either each other or to the others that are out there.
Yeah, right. Social bonding from a distance.
Yes. And sometimes we really have to look and see what our calling is, because to me, this is so natural for me to do, because I've been talking to myself for long as I know. I've been entertaining myself all my life. So for me, this is a normal. This is not a new normal. This is a normal for me.
It's a normal view.
Going out to people is an effort.
Right, we're
For me,
stepping
this is
out
normal.
of, yeah.
Yeah, for me, this is normal. This is fine. So yeah, this has been a great time. So I'm wishing you a great time. I know you have another session this morning. Is that going to be broadcast live to others?
Yeah, actually, no. I'm joining a webinar. We're looking at
okay.
surviving this COVID.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're actually going to be
leadership through COVID. Actually, that's the name of it. No, so I'm going to be just joining.
Just attending. Okay.
Attending, right.
Okay. All right. Well, you enjoy. Have a great time.
Thank
and
you.
Hopefully we'll be linking up again sometime soon. Bye.
We will be for sure. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.